crack you left hand.
He says he's the biggest cheater. Whenever I ask Krudnik, he says that he's the biggest cheater. Whenever
They're
I
saying
ask
I'm the
Petrov, he
greatest,
says
Engin.
he's the
They're
biggest
just
cheater.
saying
I
I'm the
don't know
fucking
anyone
greatest.
who says that you are like not the biggest cheater. You're gonna listen as the all other athletes. You're gonna come and you're gonna arm wrestle by the rules. You're gonna respect the organization and you're gonna respect all the rules. You are not above the rules. You are not
What are you
above the
saying?
organization.
What are you?
I'm telling you to just follow the rules. That's all.
Just when we all thought that everything is going to be okay in East versus West and all the drama and confusion is settled down, things have taken a new and drastic turn. Apparently 27 of the elite level arm wrestlers have filed a petition to Robert Baxter stating that he needs to come up with a strong agreement with Engin securing their rights. Failing which, they would stop pulling in East versus West forever. The focal point of this petition was Devon Larratt and his cheating.
It goes like this. Hello, Robert. I write this message to you on behalf of 27 athletes, list of athletes below. We are really tired of the situation in the East versus West League and the uncertainty about Baku and other events. We think that the main problem in current situation is Devon. Most athletes do not like Devon's cheating when pulling and putting pressure on referees. And most of all, we do not like that he seems to have much influence on the organization now as he talks on behalf of the organization and even attempts to change rules. We do not see a good way out of this situation until you make a solid agreement with Engin to secure our rights. Otherwise, we would not keep pulling. Otherwise, we all would not keep pulling.
The question is, does Devon really cheat? We need to go back at least 16 years to answer this question. 2008, Arm Wars 11. A humble, decent and excited Devon Larratt was up against a boastful, cocky and flamboyant Travis Bagent.
Give me the title, Lefty! Give me the title already!
Travis gave Devon a lesson in the right-hand match that day on how to manipulate a setup and frustrate referees, the opponent and the audience to the point of sheer frustration. That match was precisely the reason why the grip has a time limit now. Travis knew that right is Devon's dominant hand and he couldn't do much against him with his right. So he went for Devon's head instead.
This guy's a fraud. The only reason he's up here because of you. Are you kidding me?
Devon could only pin Travis twice out of 5 wins he got that day. A clueless Devon wondered even after winning whether he won or Travis just did not contest. Setting the prelude for the next day, Travis slaps Devon around the table in their left-hand match and cashing on Devon's frustration from the day before. Devon lost the left-hand battle not on the table that day, but in his mind a day before. That day changed Devon forever. Travis taught him something very ingenuine and unique. He taught him that being humble is a trait for losers when in a fight. You can be a good boy all you want after the bout, but when in a match, be at the absolute worst of your character. He learned that the fight begins much before the ready go. Travis showed him how to win a battle when you know your opponent is stronger than you. Travis taught a sugar boy from Canada all the curse words there were in his trash can. Devon was so in awe of Travis that he still considers him his teacher, not in arm wrestling on the table, but arm wrestling in the mind of the adversary. Devon learned that day how important the setup is. He learned that there is nothing called fair play, and attributes like sportsmanship, honor, righteousness, principles, and kindness are for the faint of hearts and losers. The only way to reach at the top is to win, and win by any means necessary. The only problem with this change Devon was that he started to copy Travis's behavioral patterns.
Boring arm wrestling competitor. and as much as I can't stand Travis Bagent, he was kind of a front runner in exactly what we're talking about. Devon kind of modeled his level of trash talk and engaging opponents and drawing controversy to the sport.
Travis Bagent was born this way. He is arrogant because that's what he is. He trash talks because he loves doing it. He's not humble because he is pompous. When a crow starts to walk like a swan, he not only doesn't become the swan, but loses the qualities of being a crow as well. Devon may not be a cheat, but he behaves like one. When he fights before the ready go for every inch of advantage he can get in the setup over his opponent, his demeanor changes from a fighter to a bully. There's only a certain limit to which a referee can stop an athlete from being a complete nuisance on the table. A shoulder can be squared for a certain time limit. Rotation can be straightened up to a certain point. Loading the back pressure before the start can only be stopped for a few times. Stopping rise of the fingers in a set grip has its limitations. Sometimes a referee ignores these minute details just for the sake of starting a match. Or else, people like Travis and Devon can go on and on for minutes before they feel the setup is in their favor. There have been fighters who chewed their opponent's ear off during a fight just because they were losing a round or two. And then there have been champions who did not throw a second punch when their adversary was going to the floor with their first. And that too in the most important fight of their career. People remembers both, but the difference is how they remember their legacy. If people like John Brzenk, Ron Bath and Dave Chaffee decides to manipulate the setup, then it'll be a nightmare for people like Devon and Travis. But they choose not to, because that is not who they are. When Dave Chaffee accused Devon of being a bully and criticized his unsportsmanlike behavior on the table before their WAL 504 bout, Devon imitated Michael Todd just to teach Chaffee a lesson and tease him furthermore. When Devon imitates a Travis or a Todd, he wins the bout but loses a big chunk from his own personality. These tactics, drama and pre-fight build-ups sure generates more viewership and money, but they tarnish one's legacy forever. Travis will always be remembered as a loudmouth, arrogant, left-hand great of all times who lived through his legacy his own way. Whereas history can blame Devon for becoming someone else's shadow just to gain shallow victories and pay-per-views. Devon surely is not a bully. He acts like one. He's not arrogant, but he acts like one. He is definitely not a cheat, but he sure acts like one. Being impressed with someone is good, but start to imitate that person to the extent of losing yourself is worse. Devon must forget worrying about him being a cheat. He should worry more about his legacy and whether it will be made with his blood and sweat or someone else's fragments.
I did not enter East versus West to divide us. I entered East versus West to fight the best and to promote the sport.
If you like my content and love arm wrestling, then like, share and subscribe. Keep healthy, keep hustling. This is Nitin Vats signing off.